So Lama Changchub, can you describe what is Ashubha meditation that you are talking about?
Yeah, asubha is, let's say, what you call asubha, meaning
Not auspicious.
not. I don't think it is. It. I don't think it meant inauspicious or not auspicious. I think it meant like unpleasant, unattractive aspect of the physical feature
Sure, sure.
of the person to whose physical beauty or bodily, I would say, beauty one is infatuated with. So, in order to, this infatuated with the passion, the because let's say the mind of the person who relates with the tremendous passion is due to because that mind exaggerates the pleasant aspect of the pleasant physical aspect of the object to whom one's mind is infatuated. But the truth is that there are unpleasant aspects as well. There are pleasant aspects, of course, you cannot dismiss, but there is also unpleasant aspects and everything in between. So, in order to what you call establish balance in one's mind, one kind of I would say brings to one's mind the unpleasant aspect of the physical aspect of the object towards which one is directing one's infatuations or the passion.
For example, when these people, when they say that, oh, they are attracted by a young, very beautiful, very with a lot of cosmetic, driven women and so on.
No.
When these young boys ask that way, so how to really what is the antidote of that one in Ashubha meditation or Kusala Sati?
Okay. No, it's actually, if you go to, let's say, the extreme antidote, extreme measure will be to, let's start with the, what you call more not so extreme measures regarding this meditation. And that is, you turn around in your mind about the unpleasant aspect of, physical aspect of that person. It's like more like contemplation, mentally contemplating and reflecting on the unpleasant aspect or the sight of the body of that person, of course, including yourself also, your body also. And if that doesn't help, then you have to take a more drastic measure. And the drastic measure is to actually go to a cemetery, which you cannot do in Norway because Norwegian cemeteries are not like cemeteries back in old times, like in India and Nepal, where the bodies are disposed to the nature, and then the what you call, or body, even when the bodies are cremated, sometimes the body is not completely cremated, and then the bones are scattered here and there, and then you can directly witness and observe the physical remains and so forth. And one can also go to, it's a morgue, like where they dissect the body in order to find out what is the cause of the death.
Yeah,
like
those who are doing postmortem.
Yeah, postmortem and so on and so forth, right? And so that, then it's like it give a very strong food for thought. My body is also in the house. My body is also in the same nature. You understand? What I see out there, the unpleasant aspect of the body, one applies to oneself, my body. I'm not exempt from that because death is certain and the time of death is uncertain. That means death can arrive at any moment. So I don't know I do not have the spare time to waste my time uh, in the non-essential pursuit. I need to conserve my time and conserve my energy so that this time and energy are used in a most meaningful way. The meaningful in this life as well as it can extend through many future lives. The meaningfulness, for example, like that kind of things, right? And then in the Mahayana, I'm not going to go into the details. I think people understand this. See, but of course, in the gentle approach, if one views certain video clips about the what you call it, dissection of the body and these kind of things, it gives a food for thought, right? And then one kind of keeps on contemplating, reflecting, and internalizing what you see on the screen or what you see outside, internalizing it to yourself, applying to yourself. Understand? Like that. And in the Mahayana, another technique is being taught. Let's say as a man, you are infatuated with a certain woman whom you consider to be very beautiful, and there's on your part there's so much passion or lust, sexual desire, and by all means you want to possess that, get what do you call it? Come to possess that object whom you desire, and this is a very dangerous emotion, dangerous thought, dangerous feelings, because in the name of, let's say, when we are overpowered by excessive passions, sexual passion or sensual passions, then we will go up to any extent to acquire that object. And in the course of doing so, we may commit many unethical actions, like abducting, raping, what else, all this kind of thing, killing, and so on and so forth. So which does not actually serve, does not serve genuine, let's say, purpose or genuine aim for ourselves. And in the Mahayana Bodhisattva path, it's taught that if the object towards whom you have strong sensual desire, you can also work with it by developing attitude, for example. If that person is year-wise older than you, then you try to identify that person and consider that person as your elder sister. And if that person is younger than you, then you consider that person as your
Younger sister.
younger sister. You have to cultivate that attitude, right? And also, is much older, you can consider that as your mother, for example. So in that way, by changing your attitude or adopting certain attitude, it will cool down the heat of the passion on your part, right? These are all very gross measures, not very, what you call, you can say, fine measures, because after all, our what you call defilements are very, very gross defilements, right? And then of course one can also take up many subtler approaches, like that. But as a whole, it is a big problem. This is the shortcoming. This is the you can say universal shortcoming of human being, because we find ourselves born in the sensual plane of existence. Common, I think in Sanskrit or Pali it's called Kamaloka.
Yeah.
And then there's a Rupa Loka, Arupa Loka, Devas, and Devis. They don't have this problem.
Sure. So the another thing is that when people are all the time possessed by this lot of sexuality, lost, forbidden lust, and so on, when they die, they will appear in the ghost or this ghost loka, right? Preta loka,
Yeah.
because of lot of this, uh, you know, desire for this, and lust is a very extreme desire, and so on. But anyway, thank you very much, Lama, for this one, because today it's a problem for many, and many are committing too many crime here and there, in India, in Nepal,
Yeah,
even to a very younger
uh,
person has so many unethical kind of activities. So this wisdom will be helpful. So thank you so much.
yeah, many people commit this kind of, say, crime because they are overpowered by their defilements, neurosis, and this kind of shortcomings,
Sure, sure.
mental shortcomings. You see.
And media driven also,
Yeah,
accelerated by the overuse of degrading media,
yeah, and
degrading media influences, and so
yeah.
on.
I mean, many factors plays role. Many conditions are there.
Yeah.
It's like many causes and conditions. You know.
Thank you, sir. Bhavatu Sabba Mangalam.
So